Hello, this is Dr. Lori Wilbur. Welcome to this short discussion on foundational definitions. So within any specific field, you will be expected to understand some shorthand terms that relate to that specific field, some discipline-specific definitions. And a lot of times what these represent is a common language or accepted shorthand or a shared picture. So, for example, in math, we have the plus and minus and multiply and divide symbols. And if I have that symbol, it's like this common item that says if you're adding things together, take those two things and what you want is the sum of both. And instead of saying that long sentence, I can just use that shortened symbol. Sometimes with our discipline-specific definition, these are kind of more like a little bit of a shorthand. So in epidemiology, I know that I have cross-sectional study design. Well, if I didn't have that accepted shorthand way of saying cross-sectional study design, I would have to say, we designed a study that we collected all the information for all the different people at the same period of time, and we did not follow them forward or backwards in time. There was not a longitudinal component. So instead of saying that big long definition, I can just say cross-sectional study design, and the people who also know that same accepted shorthand also know what I mean by that. The other thing that this gives us is something like a shared picture. So let's say I told you I have a variable, and the values in that variable are normally distributed with a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15. Well, if I say those things, then just that bit of information conjures up this representation where I have a mean of 100 and I'll have my standard deviation at 115 and at 85. So I can give those little pieces of information. I can give the shape, which is normal. I can give the location, which is mean of 100, and I can give the spread, or the dispersion, measures of dispersion, which is standard deviation equals 15. And no matter who I share that information with, the same exact picture would show up for them. And so part of learning a new discipline is learning those discipline-specific definitions, learning that common language that we all share. In PCOR, you're going to be learning some discipline-specific definitions for epidemiology and biostatistics, or what I call evidence-based public health. You're also going to be learning that for policy, health ed, maybe systems thinking, probably some discipline-specific types of definitions for leadership, probably communication. And so when you then get out into the workforce, when you've finished your PCOR experience and you're going out for your practicum, or now you have your first job, you'll have this common language that other public health professionals also speak. You'll be able to talk about evidence-based public health and the kinds of things that you need to be able to summarize data, or to do things a certain way in health education, in program planning, in policy, and you'll have this common language, this shared picture of what public health is all about and how to discuss and work within it. Thank you for joining me.